Do you want to know how to create custom end screens for your YouTube videos using Canva? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can create an image end screen like this one, as well as a video one like this one. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. And today we're going to show you how you can create image and video end screens for your YouTube videos using Canva. You can do this whether you're using the desktop app or if you're using the web browser version of Canva. So to get started, we're going to come up here to create a design. Unless you already have one open, you can just come up here to create a design. And you can either select YouTube video, or there's actually one called YouTube outro. So the reason why I'm directing you here is because this will give you some templates that you can use as a guide to sort of figure out what it is that you want to do. You can use this really for inspiration, or you can actually scroll through all of the templates here and select one that maybe perhaps might be best suited for what you would want to create. So I like to use them just as a guide to sort of give me an idea visually what it is that I'm looking for. So if I can scroll through, I might be able to find something. Otherwise, I might just end up creating one from scratch. And I think in this example, I'm going to create one from scratch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an image, and you can use, whether you want to or not, you can use images that you've curated that are either of you or perhaps something that is more on your brand, or you can search through their photos and literally search for whatever type of image it is that you're looking for to use. And you can do this for videos as well. If you're looking for a video, you just come down here to the video tab and then you can look for a video. But we'll get to that in the second part of this tutorial. This one is just on photos. So in this example, I'm actually going to upload a image that I want to use. So I'm going to set this as my background so that I don't have to take the four corners and stretch them out. You just right click it and either detach it if you don't want to use it anymore, or set the image as a background, and there you have it. So from here, I know that in all probability, the template I'm going to use in YouTube is going to have two images over here, or two spaces for videos over here to the left, and then somewhere in this section is going to be my subscribe circle. So I'm envisioning probably placing it right about here. So on this particular image, I think I just want to say, like, thanks for watching, and then I want to mention how often my videos will be up. So in this example, I am going to right now go to elements, and I'm going to go to shapes, and I'm going to take a square, and I'm actually going to position it right about here, right about there. But even though navy blue is, or whatever the shade of blue is one of my brand colors, I actually want to use orange. I've been favoring the orange color a little bit more lately. Now next, what I want to do is I want to add some text. So this is one of my fonts that I use, and so I'm going to put in here, thanks for watching. And then I'm going to increase the font size, and that might be a bit too big, and I think it might be a smidgen too big. So I'm going to make that a little smaller. I think that's probably better. So I think I'm going to put it right about there. And then I'm going to bring in another piece of text that I'm going to have right down in this area, and I'm going to say new video every Thursday is the day that I release my videos. So let me again increase the font size on that and place that just about there. So that's one of, let me push that out a little bit. So that's one example. Now, if I want to sort of fancy this up or make it a little bit more interesting, there's a couple other things that I'm going to do. I can do them all in Canva, but one of the things that I'm going to do is actually going to be taking it off of Canva. But for now, I'm going to spice this up a little bit. And the way that I can spice this up is when I click the image, I get up here in the menu bar a number of things that I can do. I can adjust the image in terms of the brightness and the contrast and saturation. I think I'm good on all of those counts. If I want, I can add some sort of a filter to it. I think I'm cool with that. I don't need to crop the image at all because the image is fine where it is. Nor do I want to flip it in either direction. This is what it would look like if you wanted to flip it. I don't want to do either of those things. So what I can do is I can come over to effects if I want, and I can add in some sort of an effect that's over here. Again, I don't want to do that. So what I do want to do is I want to come over here to animate, and I want to animate the way that the text is going to appear on the screen. So you have all of these different choices. You can do block, you can do fade, you can do pen, you can do rise, you can do tumble, and you can click on these so that you can see, for example, what happens. But I like neon. And so I'm going to do that because it kind of gives me that little sort of like stuttering start at the very beginning. And it partly is because of some music that I'm thinking that I want to use for this. Now, it's not mandatory that you use music in your end screens. It is the last 20 seconds for those of you who are not familiar with what an end screen is. Your end screens appear at the last 20 seconds of your video. It's ideal for you to add something to your video because it will automatically, if you activate it, it will automatically start at 20 seconds before your video ends. Now you can adjust that to being shorter than 20 seconds. You can't make it longer, but you can certainly shorten it. But if you're still talking in the last 20 seconds and you don't want the imagery of the next two videos in the subscribe window to appear, then you will want to add some sort of footage or black or something at the end of your video so that your end screen that automatically comes up in YouTube will appear where it needs to with no video behind it. So in this example, I'm obviously creating an image in order for me to do that. So I'm going to, in my example, use music. Like I mentioned before, you don't need to. You can add music from within Canva. So we can go here and we can choose what kind of music that we want. They have them broken down: ambient, sad, love, wedding, vocal, trailer, pop, and then you can just see these examples, and then you can click on see all to get more choices if you so desire. After going through this for a period of time, I personally did not find the music that I wanted. So since we cannot upload audio, I'm going to actually save this, and then I'm going to download it and pull it into my editing platform to add the music to it, and then also to stretch out the video, because this video, if you notice the graphic, the sensation of the neon effect only lasts 5 seconds, but it is still an image, so I can make this as long as I need to. So once I've downloaded this, I'm going to download it as an MP4 video, and when I bring it into my editing software, I'm going to stretch it and make it a 20-second video and add in my music to it, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So for the next type of video or end screen I'm going to show you is going to be a video one. So in this example, actually, I'm going to just delete everything that I have here. And I'm just going to bring in a video. So again, same with the images. You can bring in an existing video that you have already, or you can use stock video. So I'm going to actually do two in this example, and the first one's going to be an image of me, and then the second one is going to be a stock image. So I would like it to be a director. It may take me a minute to find exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so this one I liked, so I'm going to use this one. The only downside about this one, if you notice, they all have the length. And this one's only 16 seconds. I typically like it to be at least 20. And so let's get rid of the text over here. And in this one, you can also crop it if you want to crop it, or you can actually zoom out or zoom in, I should say, if you wanted to zoom in. I think I'm going to leave that the way that that is. And I think what I want to do on this one, however, is I want to give it a background color. So I'm going to have to pull that image in again. So let's go back over to uploads. And then I'm going to, in this example, I'm going to do this because I don't want this to become my background because I have the color back there. So I'm going to do that. Again, this is just so that I can have my brand colors included. So that's what I want to do with that. And I think this one, I am comfortable with it looking the way that it does. So I love the silhouette. So now we have to bring in our text. So again, we're going to bring in the default font. I'm going to center this as much as I can, and I am going to put down thanks for watching. And I'm going to make this, I think that's a bit too big. I keep making that one a bit too big. Okay. And then actually in this instance, I'm going to stretch the lettering just a smidgen, just so that it's, and I think I'll bring it down to there. And it's now perfectly centered. And I think I want to do an exclamation point at the end. Then I want to bring in another element. I want to bring in a square, and I'm again going to change the color on this to orange. But I'm gonna make this a little lighter, about there. And then I'm going to add some more text. I want to put in, first I want to put in about here, subscribe now. And then I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's about right. And then I want to add in another font or text that's going to say new video every Thursday. So I need this to be much bigger, probably a little bit bigger than that. Okay, let's see. And then I'm going to want this to be aligned that way. And I'm going to put this in video every Thursday. All right. So we're now going to put that there. I'll move that there. I'm going to make that font blue. I'm going to bring this down just a smidgen. And now what I can do as well is I can go under effects. I want this to pop a little bit more. So what I can do is I can fool around with some effects here and decide what I would prefer for it to look like. So I think I prefer the lift, and you can intensify it a little bit more if you want. Let's see what this will look like. Okay, yeah. And then maybe this one I'll do the same. Bring up the intensity a little bit. So that's that. Now, when you are using the video feature, if you want to shorten the video at all, you can certainly go up here. But before I even do that, you see that this neon, that's from the previous effect. And I don't want to do that on this particular one. So I'm going to select none, because I don't want, the video is going to be moving. So I think that that's fine. I don't need to have it. But if you want to, you can play around with all of these different animated effects. So I'm going to go up here to the crop, if you will, or I shouldn't even call it, technically it's an editing tool. So click up here. And all I'm going to do is shorten this and bring it down to 20 seconds, and then just click on OK. And so now the video is 20 seconds long. So it's perfectly set at the right length that I wanted it to be at. So this is how I'm going to do this one. And then for this one, I don't want it to look the same as again, in this example, this particular layout for the YouTube end screen, I'm going to have the subscribe circle right about here. And I'm guessing at this point, I'm not making a template that has the circles and the squares, only because I just want to have some flexibility. And on YouTube, you have the ability to move the squares and the circle wherever you want. And I'll show you that later. And then I want the two squares over on the left or right side of this screen. So that's how I'm doing that. In this example, I think I want the setup to be the same. I just don't need to have the text being the same. So in this example, I'm going to, oops, let's bring it down here. I'm going to say that I want this to say, subscribe for more tutorials. So subscribe, oops, subscribe for more tutorials. So I want the font on this to be much bigger. And so we're going to do, say, 88. Let's put more on the same page as that. And then I think I might try to squish it just a little. And in this example, I actually want the color to be yellow. And then I'm gonna kind of do it to the side a little bit. And I'll put it there. And then again, I'm going to go under effects, and ooh, I like the glow that it matches the sunset. So I think that's all that I want to do on this one. Now this one, if I wanted, I could actually, let's see how the neon looks. I could do something like that. Not sure. I'll make up my mind. And I'm not going to edit this because it's only 16 seconds long. So I'm going to leave this as is. Now, I want to show you what it would look like if you brought in music. I don't plan on using any, but I wanted you to at least see what it would look like when you brought in music. More often than not, you're not going to find music that's like 10, 20, 30 seconds long. They're all going to be longer pieces, and they will just automatically edit themselves to the length of your video that's in here. So I'm trying to see, I like to listen. Okay, I'll use this one just because I can. So all you need to do is drag and drop it, and then you can see what music is going to be included in this. And it's now 36 seconds. And the reason why it's 36 seconds is because it's adding the previous video along with this one. So I just wanted you to see. Okay. Now, what I would typically do in this example, because I don't want the music on both, is I would come over here to File and make a copy, and then go back here and delete one, and then go here and delete the other. So this can now be deleted because I don't want it from there, and here it's on here. So let's play this again. So if that works for you, then you can use it. I'm probably not going to use it, but when you're ready, you just download, and you're downloading as an MP4. Now, when you do use music, the music that you're using from Canva is licensed to you to use. So what it does do is it does ask you to connect your social media accounts to Canva so that you essentially have permission to use it on social media. But you don't have to really worry about that. So once you're finished, you can then just download it and add it to your computer. So what I'm going to show you now really quickly is what I do when I want to use my own curated music outside of Canva. But within Canva, you can do everything that you need to, and you don't need to do anything more, and then just automatically put it onto YouTube. Okay, so here we are in Adobe Premiere, and I've imported all of my end screens from Canva. Now, as I mentioned before, you do not need to do this. I did this purely for two reasons. One, I wanted to make the end screens longer for the image ones. I wanted them to be 20 seconds. And also I wanted to add my own personal music that I curated on my own, and I do not have the capability of uploading my own music onto, not music I created obviously, but my music onto Canva. So that's the reason why I'm doing this. You do not need to do this. You can do everything you need to do within Canva. So here's the example of the image that I did with in Canva. And so I'm going to play it with the music that I chose, and you'll see why I wanted to have that neon effect at the beginning. So this runs for 20 seconds, and this is one of the end screens that I'm going to be using for my images, or for using the image. And then to show you the video, here's one of the videos, and I'll show you the second one in a minute. So that's what I chose for that one, and then for this one I chose this. And that's it. So when I'm finished, I now have 4, because I actually did a second image, and I'll actually show that one to you. And here's that one. So now I have 4 different end screens that I can use for my videos. And here's what it looks like once I brought it into YouTube. I attached it to one of my videos that I just uploaded. And so I've come into YouTube, and I came into the end screen feature, and this is the window that's open. I'll play it so that you can see. So I think it works out fine. I have the 2 preview windows for the next videos in the left side where you can see that orange rectangle. And then I placed my subscriber head on the chair so that it looks like that. And then when you play it, that's what it'll look like. And you can move these. This rectangle square area is the only place where you can fit the preview windows as well as your subscribe button. So that's it. And once you're finished, you just click on save and you're done. Thanks for watching as always, and I appreciate any comments that you leave below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And do let me know if there are any platforms that you would like to see me do tutorials on in the future. If there's anything else that Canva can do that you would like to see me do in a tutorial, feel free to post that in the comments below as well. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.